Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and today we're gonna see some more CARNAGE and we're gonna see him performing as level 80 in PvE, and specifically on the 4 World Boss Legend he could participate, the highest I have unlocked on my account at least. I believe it's the highest, but I think it's the highest. And I'm gonna compare his performance with just an Obelisk and not that good gameplay, and with a rage and with kind of better gameplay. The rest of the build it's pretty much similar, but I'm gonna show you what build I had previously on him. I made a short video to show you how his stats looks like with the Obelisk, but at the moment the build I have on him it's this one. I don't have built him through tier 4 or any gear or any skill. I have no artifact and the CTP of raids. I should already have put a critical rate artifact, it's the best, or critical damage. But that's the gear I have right now, and I'm gonna show you how I was performing with just an Obelisk and the previous build, and after my performance on stage 14 of Gorr, stage 35 of knull, stage 55 of how it's called, Mephisto? Yeah, stage 55 of Mephisto, and for Ultron I think it's stage 29. So yeah, it's 4 different stages without a CTP and with CTP of raids. Let's talk first about his rotation, and pretty much the all things you need to do with a proc or with the raids is to enable from his third skill the accumulation. It's these buffs here. I think the first one, yeah, the first buff here, when you're pressing the third skill, you can see it's 8 seconds every single time. So you want to press the third skill, the fourth skill until he jumps, and when he lands down in the ground you want to cancel into the fifth skill. So it's something like that's the rotation. And if you have your tier 3, I find myself that proccing on the tier 3 is really awesome. So you want to do something like this, proccing on this, and after when he lands he do an explosion, so let the explosion and runs through his very next rotation, and that's with the proc. But with raid you want to mix it up, and most of the times you end up using the tier 3, go up to the sky, enabling the raids proc, and cancel the skills and do your normal rotation. So yeah, that's what I'm going to run into the gameplay, so let's go and figure out. But before we go there, guys, don't forget to support the channel, smash the like button, subscribe, follow, support, whatever. That's the only way to boost my content into the YouTube algorithm. Thank you in advance, and let's go to the gameplay. But let me show you how my CARNAGE was when I was doing the runs into with the proc, what Obelisk I had on him. That's the gears. You can see I was missing the audience blessing there, and I have this Obelisk, and ignore dodge Obelisk really helps him because he don't have ignore dodge from anywhere. So you want to use raids and you're missing the ignore dodge. You need it from an Obelisk. That's why I'm using all the time Proxima, because Proxima provides you ignore dodge from her leadership. So let's go to the gameplay now. Let's start stage 35 with an Obelisk. And you can see here, the optimal is to do 3, delay cancel 4, delay cancel 5. But if you do that, you're gonna end up proccing on the 4th skill. You can see here, I cancel everything really fast and proc on the 6th skill. That's why I did a ton of damage there. And you can see my 5th skill there got cancelled, but you want to drop it even if you are into the clean arcades, because you're charging your tier 3 faster. And now I'm gonna be able to proc again on my tier 3, but I failed miserably. I dropped some skills there. The good part is that the buff for boosting your accumulation you're getting from the tier 3 follows you into the very next rotation. So even if you miss with your tier 3, your very next rotation gonna be boosted. And as you can see, it took me 55 seconds without CTP for stage 35 of knull. I mean, yeah, I know I'm clearing stage 59 of knull with other characters, but doing it without a CTP and that fast is really nice. And here you can see, that's the best way, in my opinion, to use your tier 3 here. You're starting your tier 3 when he jumps into the air, and when he lands, you're starting when he lands down in the floor, basically, you're starting your normal rotation and you're accumulating the damage from the landing, you're accumulating all the damage he's doing, so you're dropping huge amount of damage. Here, I managed to accumulate all this hit there from the hurricanes, and I skipped all the dragon phase. And that guys, it's really weird because I skipped all the dragon phase without having a CTP, with just an obelisk, right? And you're able, I was almost dead, you're able to avoid the damage with the tier 3, but I did something wrong, I'm not sure why, and yes, now doing a lot of damage, so I missed like 10 seconds and I was able to do it that fast without even having a CTP. Here I missed the proc and I was waiting now to proc on my tier 3, and yeah. 2 minutes and 7 seconds clear. For now, double support, just a procking obelisk, right? And let's go into Mephisto stage 40. And here I'm not using Proxima, I'm using Knull's leadership, because here, to be honest, you don't really need the ignore dodge. You prefer having strikers like this too, who provides you resist, so you're more durable, because you want to be durable and you want to take damage to accumulate. As more damage you're taking, the more damage you're doing. And that's why I saved up some runs that it was really bad, but I had done really nice accumulations to see the the difference. Perhaps I could clear a stage in like 5 minutes and 5 full minutes with him, and being 100% careful and not go inside the damage to accumulate a lot, And perhaps if I play risky, I could do like 3-minute clear with the same build. If you risk it, it's risking rewarding character like Sharon Rogers, but he is way better, of course. But I mean the way to play him. Look at this. I took a lot of damage, and the damage I was doing per rotation was crazy. I managed to be in 14 bar inside 1 minute and 10 seconds into the fight, and that's a lot, guys. That's stage 40 of this of Mephisto, which is really high. I'm farming stage 61 at the moment, but still, for villain characters, I mean, before getting Iron Man level 80, I wasn't able to clear stage 45. So you need to understand that this kind of content, being able to complete without a CTP, it's quite impressive. And you can see there that if I do the proper rotation and then take the proper damage I need to, the damage skyrockets. Here I did a tier 3 proc, but I miss it miserably. And here he's doing the purple thing. I need to run or I'm going to die. There's no way you could survive a second hit here, and I think I already took one. And here I'm trying to, yeah, I didn't took any damage, I didn't did any damage. I could stay inside the fire there, but yeah, it was my bad. Here I'm gonna take some damage from the hurricanes, but still not a lot of accumulation. You see, as more as you get, as more as you give. Look at this, I took some damage there, so yeah, 3 bars per rotation. Previously it was 1 bar. And yes, look at this, he's really fast. And something, guys, I haven't mentioned yet, and I'm all this time into the video, I love the way he's walking through the stage. He's giving me vibes from the movie Predator. And here I just died. As you can see, I managed to die. But I want to save this and show you what I experienced there. I want you to see this. I managed to die, and the timing is kind of. Let me go there and show you the timing. It's 2 minutes. It's 2 minute timer. So took me 3 minutes to go with 10 bars left. So I had only two minutes left, and I want you to count that because it's really important to tell you what I believe about the character. Yes, and about the way he's walking, he reminds me a lot Predator from the films. I mean, it's exactly the same, you know, he got this spear there and he's going like that. If you go and watch the new Predator movie, The Prey, it's really awesome. And the way Predators looks like there, it's really similar to the way he looks from behind. When you see from behind Carnage move around into the World Boss Legend, he's so similar, bro. I was like, oh my god, look at this. He's having the spear into his hand, so he looks like he's a hunter. And it's really awesome, bro. It's really awesome. And look at this. My damage is doing, waves. I mean, if it was a cardiographema, heart graphema, how it's called, and you could tell, yeah, that he's experiencing something extreme. You know, his life, his heartbeat goes like that, and suddenly, it's 1 or 2 bars, 7, 8 bars. 1 or 2 bars, 7, 8 bars. It's like a heartbeat, bro. I mean, you can fail and you can win really easy in a small period of time. You could do 2 bars worth of damage with a 3 cancel, 4 cancel 5, or you could do a huge amount of damage. And you can see I dropped my skills there to save him from optimizing the phase. And really, ultron can have huge amount of difference in the clears you could do. This is a medium clear. I didn't went into the clear that I did 10 bars with one shot. This clear, it's kind of, not that good, but not that bad. I had some luck getting some damage, but it could be way worse. It could be way better. It's a medium run, to be honest. And you can see here 13 bars left, and I'm only 1 minute and 30 seconds into the stage. And stage 29 of this world boss, guys, it's really hard. I managed to do that after getting Iron Man at level 80. That's another roadblock I had in this game. Okay, now I have to run, and he's going to optimize, I think. Yeah, I didn't have the time to save it. My bad there. I could go faster into him. But yeah, here I swapped into Proxima because I find that she's doing a lot of skills. When you're doing all the skills continue drops from here. As you can see, there is. Oh, now I get frozen. Oh my god, I thought I didn't get frozen there. Yeah, and there I swapped into my boy. His shield wasn't already up, so I took advantage when I understand that the debuff of the shield of the boss get away. And yes, look at this. It's so sweet, bro. I accumulate a ton of damage there. And yes, it's not an optimization phase, so I can take one hit. And look at this. It went from 8 bars to 2 bars into one rotation. It was really fast because I did took damage there. The way that damage accumulation on Carnage works is the more damage you're getting as you're using your third skill, and for 8 seconds, the more damage you are doing. Of course, you need to pay attention and do your procs and stuff proper, but in general, the thing is accumulate. If you accumulate, everything is cool. And And yes, that I was talking about is that he is looking like Predator from the behind. If you look him from the back of his head, he looks like a hunter with this spear holding. And the latest Predator movie liked me a lot, Prey, and he's really similar with Predator. And you can see here, I managed to do only 4 bars into 30 seconds and 2 bars look at this, and 4 bars inside 5 seconds. So the difference between the damage you could do and the damage you're doing into Carnage has to do a lot with his third skill. His third skill is a buff for 8 seconds that while you're in this buff, the more damage you are taking, the more damage you are doing. That's what damage accumulation means in Marvel Future Fight at least. And here, as you can see, I drop a skill just to not let him go to optimization phase, and I completely succeed on that. 1 minute into this run and I've already done 13 bars. That's really fast for a proccing Obelisk at stage 29 of Ultron, where at this stage I'm only able to clear with level 80 characters. I couldn't do that with Mephisto when I was progressing that. I managed to do it only with Iron Man, with his old uniform Superior Iron Man. Of course with the CTP of Rage. So now, I think I was able to do it with the proccing Obelisk with Iron Man too? Perhaps not, because it's the old Iron Man uniform, right? Which is proc friendly, but not that much. So here it's really insane that in like 6 months we took the first level 80. Now the power level of every level 80 is that high. Here I'm doing a mistake and letting him optimizate. I could avoid that, but I didn't pay the attention there. So yes, the run, I'm 2 minutes into the run and I'm in the 8 last bars. That means in 2 minutes feels like it's able to get the 100 seconds if you play perfect and you accumulate a lot. So here I failed also. So yeah, the run is getting worse and worse, but I even died at the end of this run, I think. But I'm gonna let you see here how I managed to skyrocket my damage here. I knew his bubble was going off, so I utilized my tier 3 skill there to accumulate more damage. And look at this beautiful thing. I went from 8 bars into 3 bars, so 5 bars with 1 rotation, because I had accumulate a lot of damage. And here I feel like I'm going to die. Yeah, I'm losing even more time. 2 minutes left. As you can see, 2 minutes left here. And I am into the 2 last bars. I'm not gonna able to go through this, without going into this phase. Because he's missing some instant damage. You need to take time on that. You need your time basically. And yes, I failed basically, as I told you. As you can see, it's like 2 minutes left, and we are already on the 2 minutes left, and we had only basically 1 minute and 40. So it took me 3 minutes and 20 seconds to be able to be into the last 2 bars. You have to remind that for rage conversion, because you really want to know if you worth paying, your last CTP of rage for him, or you could go with an Obelisk and just with an Obelisk. So let's go to Gorr. Versus Gorr, I used leadership of Agent Venom and Taskmaster. Agent Venom also provides you a support, you know that already. And you can see my 5th skill did 10 bars. My normal rotation is doing 5 bars. It's really important, 10 bars. But also it's stage 14, it's low, but it's Gorr. It's always hard, but for my 25% peers, this is kind of low. I'm farming stage 29 at the moment, and I'm trying to do my kills on the challenge so I can get my stage 30 and above progress done. Here you can see you can take a lot of damage. He's kind of tanky with the heals he gets, but I'm swapping here not because I'm slow, but because I'm stupid and sometimes I'm dying for no reason, and I want just to be sure there with my Agent Venom. And yes, I took double damage. Okay, I survived. And here, perhaps I'm gonna one-shot this. Yep, right? Oh no, I didn't one-shot. Yeah, and I swapped to be safe. So you have to consider 10 seconds spent here. Pretty much. Yeah, it's exactly 10 basically. And after I drop everything, so it took me 1 minute and 20 seconds, so it's like 1 minute and 10 seconds, right? So let's go to see the raids runs. Let's start from the last one, and now we are with the CTP of raids, so you can see that I'm letting the skills place a bit more, and you can see I did 16 bars with the raids, 16 bars with just one rotation. And that's because if you jump inside the purple thing he's doing and you have already opened your third skill, you're accumulating a ton of damage. And look at this. Again, 2 out of 2. One rotation, 15 bars. Basically 16 and 14. So yes, there's no way you could tell me that this boy is not huge DPS, huge damage dealer for World Boss Legend. I mean, if you have it and you can play it proper, you can see huge amount of damage, bro. And here I played a bit differently. I tried to utilize my tier 3 with different way, and still 50 seconds for this, it's like 20 seconds faster. And for that low of a stage is really important. I mean, 20 seconds is 20 seconds, even for stage 14. So let's go to Ultron. Ultron with CTP of raids is really easier because you can see I can run around, do my own stuff, accumulate damage. Here I could stay inside this attack and accumulate even more, but it was my bad. I'm starting my rotation with CTP of raids with the tier 3 every single time, and I'm doing my normal rotation right after. So that helps me, provides me the tier 3 buff that I accumulate more damage in less time. So if you have your tier 3 up, your third skill accumulate more damage taken. So even if you get a bit of damage, you're getting huge buff on that. That's why it's really important understand the mechanism of this character and how you're gonna end up doing damage. And that's why I believe that his weakness is Alliance Battle Extreme and Alliance Battle Legend. Because even if the character is insane and he's doing these huge jumps on the damage, with Alliance Battle Legend and Alliance Battle Extreme, you're not taking a lot of damage consistent. I mean, in Alliance Battle Extreme, you know, there is no damage at all, okay. But in Alliance Battle Legend, it's kind of weird standing still and taking damage there. Because if you take damage, you're losing score. So you don't really want to take damage from the one side. From the other side, it's the only way to accumulate. But still, even if you get the damage from the meteors and stuff, it's not consistent. You can't really accumulate damage taken consistently in ABX and ABL. And that's why I believe that's his weakness. But of course in GBR I'm gonna do a comparison for a lot of characters because I haven't done a GBR video long time. That's why I didn't drop the GBR video also here. I wanted to be for another time there, you know, for a full GBR one with the raids characters with the top level 80, you know. We're getting more than 10 level 80, so a top 10 level 80 characters could be legit, or at least tier 4 or something, whatever characters I'm gonna have to use. Yeah. But guys, don't get me wrong, I'm saying you all this negative for Carnage, but I'm doing that only because I don't want to overhype you. You know, seeing a character dismantle the boss and suddenly see the bars melting feels like, oh my god, I want to buy this guy. But guys, you have to consider, look at this. This is 2 minutes. This is a 2 minute and 20 seconds clear, 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. And previously, I could be possible do even faster than that. Basically, I could be possible clear it in 2 minutes. I had really bad luck, but you can see that the difference, raids is better, but 20 seconds better, and with pretty much the same gameplay. I did mistakes with one run, I did mistakes with the other, but yeah, everything is easier with raids, but it's not like huge difference damage wise. If you play perfect with a proc, you could have similar results with the raids. That's the point, in my opinion, with this character. But it's extremely hard to play with a proc. You could do it, but you're losing some damage from your third skill, you're losing some damage for your fourth skill, and it's really hard to balance your tier 3 proccing proper, accumulate while you're doing skills, running around, and keep your mind the proc. With raids, when you see the custom gear pop out, you're starting your rotation, you're chilling, you're doing 3 delay cancel 4 delay cancel 5, and then you have your tier 3, you just end up your CTP of rage proc. Before the rage proc is up, you're pressing your tier 3. You're pressing your tier 3, and while the guy is dropping down below the slimes, the red slimes, you're seeing the custom gear popping out in your screen, the blue letters. When you see the blue letters, you're canceling your tier 3 into your third skill, fourth skill, delay cancel both, and fifth skill until the end. And you see the damage going like crazy. And if you manage to be inside the fire, if you manage to be inside something like that, it's gonna be perfect for you, bro. Here, I'm gonna show you the stage 55. I wasn't able to clear it previously, but I had really nice times in the first run. I saw you a lot of accumulation. I managed to do like 10 bars with the proc there. But you can see here doing a normal rotation after dropping the tier 3 down. When you see popping out the custom gear, you see there, I did my rotation. That's the best way to use him, in my opinion. And of course, yes, you can go and check other guys what rotations they have. I've seen a lot of people using the same or different, but with this character, I mean, it's the thing that's gonna fit to you. If for you fits something and you accumulate a lot of damage, 53 seconds here, and previously I had done like 55. It's not big difference. Previously, basically, in 1 minute and 20 seconds, I was able to be in the 14th bar of this phase. Here, I'm gonna accumulate a lot. Look at this fifth skill. Okay. It's pretty similar, you see? Even with rage or a proc, the timing for this one, it's really 14 bar. And 1 minute and 20 seconds in the stage. So it's exactly the same timing for Mephisto, bro. And yes, it's weird. It's weird, to be honest. But, I'm playing both times, so it's not like the gameplay is better with the one or the other. I feel like, of course, the gameplay with raids is better because you can't really miss any proc. It's hard to do. I'm trying to utilize my co-op skill also, and here I did my third skill, my fourth skill, dropped my tier 3, so I can accumulate more, and drop the fifth skill after. That's an option also, 3 cancel tier 3, 4 cancel 5, or 3 cancel 4, tier 3 cancel 5, because you want to accumulate a lot of damage before you press your fifth skill. You don't really want to do 3 cancel 4 cancel 5. That's not that huge of a damage. You want to do that in the very next rotation. I mean, you can't do something else, of course, you must do that, but I mean that you're getting more damage when you have already done one rotation and you are in the very next rotation. Because you have all the buffs stacked up and the numbers are going like crazy. Here I avoid the purple attack also, but you can see it's 15 bars left and there is 2 minutes left. Previously I had 10 minutes left, 10 bars left and 2 minutes left. But basically it was 1 minute and 40 seconds. So it's gonna be the same. In 10 bars I'm gonna be 1 minute and 40 seconds left. So the timing for Mephisto, it's pretty much the same. I tried more because I feel like I was failing a lot, you know, and pretty much it was the same. I couldn't be that better on that. I swapped into knull here to be sure that I'm not gonna get debuffed and, you know, from the stuns and stuff. And here you can see, because he's standing still there and he's not doing any damage on me, I'm not doing a lot. And you want him to smash your face to do some actual good damage. Here I get totally destroyed. That's why this phase and the phase of knull, the last phase of knull and Mephisto, it's the hardest for my boy CARNAGE, because you are not taking any damage, so it's really hard to accumulate. Look at this, this is disgusting. You're seeing me doing 15 bars versus gorr, and which is legend 4, and in legend 2 I'm doing 3 bars or 4 bars. And yes, I get smashed there. You can see it's not like huge difference, because in this phase you're getting butchered. And let's go to the last one. It's knull stage 35, to show you case you that I was saying just previously, that you are actually getting a lot of, you know, here you're getting a lot of damage, so you're doing a lot of damage. But when it's time for you to go in front of knull and he's doing the thing with his sword down below into the ground, you need to accumulate in order to do damage, so you're not getting any damage. You want to use the time before Thor jumps into the last phase for you to take some damage. Here, as you can see, I managed to do it really fast, but it's not again way faster. I did 55 seconds previously, and now it's like 45 seconds. Let's say 10 seconds faster for the first phase, raids versus Obelisk. And let's go through this. And yeah, okay, here I did accumulate. I didn't follow the same tactics, like not having a proc, because with raids you can drop skills, you can have your rotation, you can have another proc in the second rotation. It's easier. With the proccing Obelisk is way harder. That's why I suggest you to go through. Oh my god, look at this. Whoa. And previously I even skipped this phase without the raids, but now even with the raids I'm 2 bars short. Yeah, previously without the raids I skipped the dragon phase. I repeat, now with CTP of raids I'm 2 bars short. Yeah, I mean, proc, it's bigger. And so yeah, it's the thing I was saying. If you do perfect the proc, raids is pretty much the same damage wise. It's just easier to play in total. And here I managed to push him into the last phase, and I tried to utilize my tier 3 because you're getting immunity and from the other skills, so you can do the tier 3 first, drop it and do your rotation here. And yes, 2 minutes. 2 minute clear for my boy. Don't get me wrong, he did it faster, 1 minute faster than previous run without the raids, but you can see it's rewarding a lot if you get a lot of damage. So guys, in total, I'm totally cool with CARNAGE rework and his new uniform. He totally worth level 80. If you already have him, no doubt you have to buy his latest uniform. And that's the best build for PvE in my opinion. CTP of raids feels really cool. But if you have his artifact and perhaps doing him tier 4 also, he could be good for PvP. But you see, the last 2 days, basically yesterday, I uploaded a video for him and PvP, and he's really bad with this build and with even a guard break immunity invisibility proc. But for PvE, he's so good, bro. With that build I have, if you want to utilize a proccing Obelisk, you could do it and you could have some really good results. But if you don't have any of Carnage bios, if you don't have anything in your mind about using a villain, a pure evil villain in World Boss Legend, you don't really care climbing for higher stages, stage 55 Gorr and stuff, 55 Ultron, I don't remember basically. You don't really need him. He's not giving you something new into the game. Venom is doing pretty much the same and you don't need to accumulate. You can do exactly the same stuff. He's really nice for a villain, but Hulk, I mean, Hulk using him both ways, PvP and PvE, with PvP build, outshines Carnage, and he's not really meta for something specific, only for this pure evil. And of course, perhaps in ABL if you play perfect. But I've reports from guys having him tier 4 and testing him in ABL 2 days before. He wasn't performing that good, but he also didn't have the fracture stuff. But yes, it's kind of weird. They used it as tier 4 and as tier 3, and they told me that the thing that you need to take damage kills your rotations, kills the consistent on the damage for ABL. Am I going to tier 4 him? I'm not 100% sure, but because he's one of my favorite characters of Marvel, perhaps. We're gonna see into the next episode of Marvel Future Fight Death Proof. Oh, something I forget. Perhaps in this video I did a wrong edit and I'm not gonna delete it. I perhaps showcase and say the same things 2 times for Ultron, no CTP, proccing Obelisk. Enjoy both of them. It was stupid, but yes, I did a mistake. I'm letting it into the video. It's plus content for you. Plus 3-minute video for you and only you, my fans. See you in the next, and I hope I make you smile.